do you think you're...
Mount Rokko is so beautiful. Sugoi. Subarashi Keida. Keida.
So we went to the Nike store, like we do every single time we see a Nike store. Luke is like, I want to go there, I want to go there.
I want to go there, and I'm glad we did.
And so we went there, and then we were looking at this like sale rack, and this guy comes over, and he's like, oh, this is 30% off, you know, this whole entire rack. And then Luke, back in English, was like, oh yeah, okay, like this rack. And then he's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you guys speak English. So then this guy, Riku, he just starts trying to practice his English and like ask
He goes,
Luke,
you look like a runner.
yeah, you look like a runner. Do you run marathons? And so we just spent, I don't know, 10 minutes in the store with this guy just talking to Luke about marathon running. Riku is moving to Australia.
I think is he moving or going? I think
he's moving to Australia for a year
yeah.
to learn English.
Yeah.
His English is pretty good.
Really good.
And Luke's following him on Instagram now.
Yeah, we exchanged Instagrams. Maybe he said he wants to come to San Diego someday.
Yeah.
When he does, we'll be here. He wants to run. Who's in first?
Can't read it. Something Antlers.
The Antlers. I think that's their name, actually. Oh my gosh. Okay, Fukuoka. Oh, yeah. Would you look at that? Osaka? Okay. FC Tokyo not doing so hot. This is Kobe, the beef capital of Japan. First things first, check it. That's an absurd amount of boba.
You know we gotta get our boba.
I always say I want more boba in the United States. They gave it to me today. I have so much more than she. Did you just mix it?
I don't know.
I have so much more. The brown sugar one has so much more.
I got regular.
Anyways, where do we just eat?
Okay, we're just gonna debrief right here.
I'm just debrief right here. People walking by.
So we spent the most money we spent on a meal already. You know, we've been eating at convenience.
And it will be. I think we're not gonna spend more on a meal. We are in Kobe, so you guys can guess what we had. A5.
You had A5. I had Kobe beef.
But Kobe, she had like a premium Kobe beef still. Everything here was premium, basically. Because, I mean...
It's also, we walked in at 3:30 p.m. And so, there was like no one in there. One couple was finishing up as we were leaving. Or as we entered. So, for our entire meal, it was completely empty. Just us. Which is like...
kind of crazy.
Anyways, experience. There was a male chef that fried the garlic. It was like thinly sliced garlic chips. He fried the garlic and then left. And we were like, oh, okay.
Garlic specialist.
And then the female chef came and was like, this is your meat. Do you want to take a picture with your meat? We're like,
Yeah, she gets over. She's like, picture? And we're like, what? And she's like, picture of the meat. And I'm like, oh. And so she basically, like, out of guilt, I basically pulled my phone out and started taking a video of the meat, which will be in this video, I guess.
Also, side note, they offered us bibs. And I was like, sure, I don't know. Like, we're right next to the grill, so yeah, sure, we'll take bibs. And, like, the other couple that were the only other people that were eating before us didn't have bibs. So I'm like, I don't know.
Baby alert.
And then she cooked our meat, and it was really good. And then she like stopped halfway through the meat and like let us eat a little bit, but like stood there in front of us, and I could feel like there were like 4 waitresses standing behind us, just always waiting to refill our waters.
Basically, just they were staring at us for the waters, and then our chef was staring at us for like the sentiment, I think, and almost like sitting there like, is it good?
And then Luke, I was quiet this entire time because I was eating.
It was like a very personal experience, like very personal.
And then Luke, tell your story.
Okay, you can fill in the gaps, but basically, she was like staring at us, so I was like, I hit her with a umai desu. And she was like looked very surprised, and then she looked over to the other employees, the other waitresses. This is our chef, by the way, and she was like, she basically said in Japanese, I didn't think he was Japanese, and we were kind of trying not to laugh. I didn't realize Kayla had heard that, but so I think we both heard it on the spot.
I heard Nihonjin, and that's all I heard.
And then, well, she'd be right, actually. I'm not Japanese. So, actually, she was right.
I want to say a couple more tangents to this story.
Yeah.
So, earlier, when we were talking to the Nike guy, Riku, Luke was like, oh, by the way, this is my wife, and she's Japanese. And then Riku was like, oh, you're Japanese? And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Kind of set you up there.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And then we're like, no, she's actually American.
American Japanese in that order.
And then yesterday, I didn't tell the story yesterday, but was it yesterday? I don't know. I think we were yesterday. We're in Uniqlo, and Luke and I separated because women's were on a different floor than men's. And so I was just wandering around the store. And then I was wandering around the store looking for Luke on the men's floor. And then this guy comes up to me. I don't know, maybe he's like Latino, Filipino, I don't know.
He
comes up to me, and I'm just like looking at t-shirts, and he's like, do you speak English? And I'm just straight up like, yeah. Like, I say yeah, and he's like, oh, okay. Does this tag say 100% cotton? I'm like, I don't know. So I pull out my phone and to pull out the Google Translate app, and he's like, I didn't have service here, so I couldn't do that. I'm like, okay, and I quickly find out it's 100% polyester, and he's like, okay, thanks. And I'm like, yup.
And I believe the assumption was that he knew you spoke Japanese. He thought he knew you spoke Japanese, but he wanted to also know if you spoke English so that you could explain to him what it said in Japanese. So the first assumption was wrong, but we had our first moment. I was waiting for that to happen. I haven't witnessed that happen to Kayla, and so that actually still didn't witness it, but I heard about that. So it happened, guys. It happened. Someone literally assumed Japanese Kayla. The only issue is that she's American Japanese, not Japanese American. Anything else? Great day in Kobe. We're still in Kobe. Having a little bit of a extended day here.
That meat was so tender. It was so good.
Oh yeah, the meat.
The review of the restaurant we just went to.
Oh yeah, what we were supposed to be talking about. It was the A5, like what I got was incredibly soft, like just like seriously very melty in your mouth. I don't think I've had an experience quite that good. Like the actual quality of the meat was that good. I've had some experiences where it was high quality steak and we were waited on in similar ways, but that was very personalized, very attentive service, and very, very high quality meat that you could taste.
Though? I would say I had 120 grams of meat, and I would say I definitely was not full because we obviously got this afterwards, so we weren't completely stuffed. But I guess that's like a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to be like satiated, but like I would have been fine without this. But we saw this, so we're like, we have to get it.
I feel like it was perfect for where we were at in the day. At least for me, I was like, we had some like kind of like street food earlier. And I didn't need a full crazy meal.
Went to Chinatown.
Went to Chinatown in Kobe. Forget what it's called. Little district in Kobe, but pretty fun area. We're going to do a little bit of shopping around here now, like just a teeny little bit. And then we're probably going to hop back over to Osaka to end the night and get ready to go to Hakone tomorrow. That's going to be really nice. Going to chill.
It's not much fun.
Miss her. Osaka wa sugoi.
We just have a 10-minute walk home from the train station, and we pass by a supermarket, and we're like, why the heck not? And look what we found.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Sean, shout out to Sean. We will be getting this. Hi, welcome to another episode of Cribs. This is another Dormy Inn edition. This is a Dormy Inn Premium. Don't really know what the difference is, but here's the tour. Front door, mirror, bathroom sink. Has a nice shelf right here. Fridge, miscellaneous stuff. They had a sliding door, like the last place did. Bathroom, toilet, another shelf, just shower, no tub, mirror in the shower for some reason. I just took a shower, and it doesn't have like that fancy like clear area, you know, so it just gets all wet. And then shower door that like slides like that. And for some reason there's also a faucet, even though there's no tub to fill. So I don't know. Come over here. Dormy Inn attire. You know why there's only one here, because Luke's using it. He loves the hot spring. Then our bed. Full-size bed, I believe. Tabletop, ottoman, chair. Window shows a brick wall outside. So anyways, thanks for coming to my crib.